expecting us to know or care what's going on here. Is she hyperventilating? Her head's already in a paper bag. Why are his eyes turning black? Does it have anything to do with the story, or did someone in the writer's room go, hey, you know what would be cool? It's like half the stuff on this show. No explanations, just some bored writer throwing pencils into the ceiling determined to do shit without explaining it. Not including a choking hazard warning on your special helmet. Do you want an OSHA violation, Quimir? Because that's how you get an OSHA violation.
So we go together and see who gets to her first.
Why does Quimir even still want May? He called her a failed apprentice and could have killed her before but let her go. What does he possibly gain by going to where she is besides expanding screen time in the finale?
There is a Vergence on this planet. Now that you and OSHA are both alive, I can prove it.
It's almost like this show wanted this Vergence thing to mean something, but because it's been so much time replaying shit we didn't need to see twice, we'll never know how one became two in the Vergence pool of magical force stuff. I mean, we will know just next season, right?
Everyone in there died because of the four of you.
Including Kilnaka in this shit. Dude was just there and got taken over like a puppet. Justice for Kilnaka. Also overlooking the fact that you almost killed your sister with fire for wanting to leave with them.
See you in hell, Jedi.
Wait, does hell exist in the Star Wars universe? Does heaven? I kind of assumed everything that died went back into the Force, but if hell exists, I'm going to need a flowchart detailing the specific afterlife rules of this galaxy. Oh, I'm glad this space otter has decided to pick a side and help the escaped murderer instead of the Jedi he's contracted to. Just completely out of nowhere. Sensible. I didn't realize that May and OSHA being born via a Vergence gives them the ability to survive any crash landing. That's a handy skill to have. Oh yes, Coruscant. You know what that means? More politics. Yes. Episode 8 of an 8-episode season seems like the wrong time to pack in a bunch of political intrigue, but what do I know?
I think the Jedi are a massive system of unchecked power, posing as a religion. A delusional cult that claims to control the uncontrollable.
Wow, what a fascinating perspective and character to include. I genuinely want to know more about him and why he feels this way. Good thing they waited until the finale to include him, thereby ensuring we'd be given every opportunity to understand the senator instead of just hoping for a second season to expand on his POV.
The majority of my colleagues can't imagine a galaxy without the Jedi.
Thing Kathleen Kennedy told Disney shareholders while pitching Andor somehow makes it into the script.
I know he is, but I need to get a message to him. It's urgent.
Nice. I love it when I get teases of future reveals in the last episode of a season. Really helps build the anticipation. So far, the bulk of this finale has just been characters walking around the ruins of Bryndock. Now, normally, if the scenery's pretty, I'll overlook a bit of expanded exploring. There was a lot of walking around in Prometheus, and I still had fun because it looked great. My problem with the Acolyte is it had a budget of $50 million more than Prometheus and looks dull as sin, which is a sin. So here's a sin.
Thank you for leading me to her.
Leading you to who? Soul hasn't found anyone yet. He's alone in the hallway. It's like a sigh of relief whenever they start fighting in this show. Part of me wants to take a sin off, but a bigger part of me is bitter that this is the only part of the show I like. No one will be seated for this exciting reenactment of Crouching Jedi, Hidden Stranger. Okay, fine. The action continues to be the strong point of the series, so take one sin back for your ridiculously cool duel before I get mad about your nonsensical character motivations again.
I didn't do this.
To be fair, you did set the room on fire with your sister inside, so you did do that.
I could never learn to calm my negative emotions. My hatred. Sorry, my hatred of you. My grief over our mother.
Forgetting you had two mothers that died and not just one.
Soul killed our mother. I saw it with my own eyes.
And despite having multiple chances, this is the first time I'm telling you about it. Also, I'm going to go ahead and leave out the part where Mom turned into the smoke monster from Lost and spooked the f*** out of Soul right before she got stabbed. Hey, wouldn't it be cool if OSHA could suddenly fight, even though she hasn't trained in years? I give back every sin so far for this show if Pip got cut in half with a lightsaber right now.
Now you pay for what you've done.
Fun fact, he won't. In this show, it's perfectly okay to kill Jedi. Witches, though? Oh, wouldn't even breathe on those. They've done this a few times in this show, but I just want to point out how lazy it is for someone in a fight to get so distracted by something that their opponent can just disappear. Psych! May is going to come in and save the same guy who tried to kill her repeatedly several episodes ago. The things that the people do in this show make so much sense. Not treating a Jedi's weapon with more respect.
I want him to confess what he did.
Having a crisis of conscience on the very last target. Remember when May killed Indara by putting an innocent bystander in danger? Pepperson's Farms remembers.
You and Osha are the same person.
Thinking that repeating yourself counts as an explanation. It does not. Observe. I swallowed a rainbow yesterday. I swallowed a rainbow yesterday. See how repeating myself didn't explain how I swallowed the rainbow? Well, if you want to know, the secret to eating rainbows is actually...
I believe she used the Force to create you and Osha.
Disney fails to provide its scientific data on making Force babies for gay couples who don't want to go through surrogacy.
I was protecting you. It was the right thing to do.
Justifying murder of someone who just smoke monsters differently than you.
They never would have let you become a Jedi.
But she dropped out anyway, so fat lot of good that justification does you, soul. Anyway, the Jedi Academy isn't the only path to a good career. OSHA is proof space trade school can be just as fruitful. Showing off your fancy color-changing glow stick before the rave even starts. You're supposed to wait for the sick beats to drop before lighting it up, OSHA. Also, treating a red lightsaber is a bigger deal than slowly choking your mentor to death, because Star Wars.
You're alive.
Finestra plays the pronoun game instead of just giving us an actual name for the stranger. Stealing your level design from Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
When I felt I got sucked into this core tunnel.
Pretty sure you should have died anyway, but even worse than from just falling. Like you're falling and then just violently ripped into a tube. Jedi uses obscure powers to move the plot along. Cliché.
Use the tracker.
Because he's been so incredibly useful to the series thus far. Also, where did you get the bag from? And how do you know it belongs to the person you're tracking? F it. We're 10 minutes out from being done with this bullshit anyway.
I sat here, and I waited.
And didn't die of starvation or exposure. This is just how magical children survive in the wild, I guess. Maybe that's the point of the show. We get to this moment and everyone uses their imaginations on a sort of choose-your-own-adventure path to explain how any of this story actually works.
If I can find you, so can the Jedi.
Well, yeah, it's pretty easy when you toggle no-clip and can fly all over the map without obstacles.
What do you want, Osha?
Waiting until the last 10 minutes to attempt to figure out what your main character wants. You're supposed to answer that question before you start the script.
Let my sister go, and I will train with you.
Wait, does he even care about May anymore? Do any of us actually care about May anymore?
I can attempt to wipe her memory.
Evil Jedi uses obscure powers to move the plot along. Cliché.
Remove any trace of you or me. Permanently.
But why? What's the point of erasing May's memory this far into the fourth quarter? You can literally just take her with you and dump her on a different planet. There's no point in letting the Jedi capture her, especially not with Vernestra knowing the stranger was on this planet when Soul died. It's not like she'll stop looking for him and Osha just because they captured May. This whole plot point is dumb. It's just blatant emotional manipulation used to pad the runtime. Aw, what a touching moment. Sisters reunited at last. Just don't think about all the people who died along the way, like Indara, Kilnaka, Jackie, and yes, even Yord. I'm just saying this show didn't earn this.
What did I do?
You tried something new in Star Wars, a crime punishable by death on the internet.
Do you know why you're here?
Probably as a desperate bid to secure a season 2. When May was 8, wasn't she like super evil? Did they also erase her compulsion to torture animals?
A rogue Jedi named Soul killed his accomplices to maintain the cover story.
Except that doesn't work too well when you have an eyewitness who watched May kill Indara and several Jedi in Torben's base who were with Soul when Torben's dead body was found. Too many people know May killed the Jedi for Soul to take the blame for all of this. You could get away with blaming Kilnaka's death on him, but not the first 2 killings. Who stands like this? Why are we holding hands? Holy shit, was this a romance series all along?
We need to talk.
No! Use me to get a second season, you shall not.
Oh no, I killed the bastard.
Tommy, that's a pay thing.
No, what is it you say?
May the Schwartz be with you! The twins, how were they created?
The world may never know.
If you build it, he will come.
We need to talk.
You are reckless.